I just want to give you some market updates of what's happening here locally in Las Cruces, what to expect if you were thinking about buying or selling a home, because I know that that is the most asked question that I get. We are still in a seller's market. I know that's hard to believe. A lot of buyers think that sweet, we are in this buyer's market, but not yet. And here's the reason why. We currently have low inventory here in Las Cruces. When the market was normal, our market sat at about 1,200 homes. Actively on our market today, we have 314 residential homes for sale here in the Las Cruces area. The same period last year, we had 337 homes on the market. We actually have less homes on the market today than we did the exact same time last year. As far as inventory is concerned, we are still low. The thing that has changed is the interest rate. Last year at this time, and even up to a couple months ago, our interest rates were obviously at a historic low, some under 3% and averaging roughly 3%, which was crazy amazing and drove so many buyers to the real estate industry to try to buy homes as fast and as quick as they can. Currently, our interest rates have increased and they're still pretty low. We jumped up to 6 all of a sudden overnight, which slowed our market down significantly. And then we've got the ball rolling again. We're currently somewhere in the 4s, which is really, really low still. I remember before all of the craziness hit, people were at 5%, 6% interest rate, and we were really happy about that, and those were good interest rates. Right now, interest rate is what's driving the reduction and the slowing of the number of buyers, just because if you increase it from a 3% to a 4 or a 5%, the amount of money that it's going to cost you to purchase the same price home is going to be a whole lot more on a monthly basis. That has reduced the number of buyers, but we still have a plethora of buyers. At this current time, we are still a seller's market because of all these factors. Sellers want to know, is it a good time to list? And buyers want to know, is it a good time to buy? Right now, I think it's actually perfect for both. And here's my reasoning. Sellers, yes, several months ago, before the increase in interest rates, homes were selling and flying off the shelves. You were having multiple offers. We were getting into bidding wars. It was super exciting and nerve-wracking, and this crazy adrenaline rush of market craziness. We're not having that now. Occasionally, we're getting multiple offers still if the house is priced correctly, but we're not seeing as many multiple offers, which is completely fine. What was also happening in this madness and in this rush and in this crazy price increases and multiple offers is we were seeing a lot of homes go back on the market, because what was happening is buyers did not have a time in any moment to think. If a home met their criteria as far as price, it had a roof over it, and possibly the number of bedrooms that they needed, they were putting an offer on it regardless if it met all of their criteria. They just needed a house. So they were going in kind of blindly and just making these offers on homes. They may see it, but they were not thinking about it. They were not taking time to actually think about it. They'd actually get it under contract. We'd get home inspections, or they had time to think, and they're like, what did I just do? This is not the house that I needed. This is not the house that will fit my family. Or the home inspection came through and they didn't want it anymore, and the home would go back on the market. The sellers would have to then go through all of it again. The bidding war wouldn't be as crazy. We wouldn't get as many offers, and then they'd have to put their house back on the market and go through the whole situation again. Right now, the reason I say it's great for both buyers and sellers is sellers put their house on the market instead of taking 4 days on average for the house to sell, because basically what was happening is we put a house on the market on Friday, we'd wait the whole entire weekend, gather up the offers, let buyers have a chance to come and see it if they were working, and then we'd review and accept either on Monday and Tuesday. The average was about 4 days on market. Currently, we're sitting about 11 to 14 days on market, just depending on the house and the area. It's gone up, but it's not anything crazy, because I remember at a time I was several years ago, I remember the average was 121 days on market. We're still sitting pretty good at 11 to 14 days on market. What's happening now is with buyers, it's fantastic because you have an opportunity to actually see the house, absorb the house, figure out which house works out best for you and your family. You have time to think, and that is the most important part of the whole entire thing. Sellers, how this benefits you is they have time to think. If the buyers actually put in an offer on your house, they actually want your house. They're having time to think about it, and they're not just making this blind decision and then have it go back on the market later. If people have time to think, that's a good thing. And if people offer, it takes them a little bit longer to actually process the house and make the decision. They're actually wanting the house, which is great for you because we don't have to worry about putting it back on the market. Whenever I would look at our market stats every single day, I would see anywhere from 18 to 25 homes like back on the market. Right now we're sitting at 5 homes back on the market as of today within the last 48 hours. It's still pretty darn good, and there's so many things that could happen that puts the house back on the market. Home inspection, the lending qualifications, buyers unable to relocate. There's so many different things that can put their home back on the market. It's hard to say the reason for it. With that, currently, just some real quick market stats for Las Cruces. Right now, we have, I'm going to go through a list. The median price home here in Las Cruces is $295,000. That's the median sold price here in Las Cruces. That's up 16.6% from the same time last year. We've sold 185 units in the August month, so 185 homes. That's down 9.8%. Last year, this time, it was at 205. We're, again, 11 days on market, which has gone up from 4 to 6 days on market. Active inventory, we have 314 homes on the market, and that is, again, down 6.8% from 337 homes on the market. The average price per square foot is $171 a square foot, which is, compared to some markets, absolutely incredible. And we are up 22.1% from last year. The average price per square foot last year was $140 a square foot. And ask price. So what's good for buyers right now is you can actually get a home. You're not competing against a bunch of other buyers. You can actually see the house, absorb the house, find out if it's right for you, and get the house for list price without going and bidding over, without offering your entire life savings just to come up with the difference, without doing appraisal gaps. And right now, sellers are receiving 99.8% of the list price when they accept an offer. They may accept an offer just slightly below the ask price, and compared to last year, which was 100.3% of the list price. They were getting offers at list price or above list price last year. So it hasn't gone down that much. We're still sitting pretty on that. And the absorption rate, whenever realtors talk about absorption rate, it is the number of months of inventory we have on our market. Currently, we have 1.7 months of homes on our market. Like if we did not list another home on our market and we just sold what we currently have, it would take 1.7 months to sell everything that we have on our market. And that is up from 1.6 months on the market. It actually increased 3.2% according to this. Is right now a really good time to buy and sell? Absolutely. If you list your house and it's taking 11 days to 14 days, that's okay. Whenever we get a buyer, it's actually a buyer that really truly wants your house. You don't have to worry about that game of having it go back on the market. And buyers, you're not having to compete against a billion offers. You're not having to put down a ton of money extra on the house over list price. You can get a house at a competitive rate, if not just the exact sales price, and sellers are more than likely going to accept it because it may be the only offer that they get. If you have questions about our market, message me if you guys enjoy this information, and I hope this is helpful. And again, all of this is for our Las Cruces market here in southern New Mexico. My name is Kacie Henke, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you later.